Let's show you these pictures. This is the first time on proper television in this country that anyone has seen this. This is a 15-second film taken last Wednesday, just as dusk was about to fall, of a craft of some kind or a strange light above Falkirk in Stirlingshire. Now, it's not unusual for sightings to be made around this area. They call it the Bonnybridge Triangle because there's almost a sighting once every week. No one really knows why at all. Now, that was taken by a chap called Barry McDonald, who's with me now with Jane Adamson. Now, the two of you were driving together in your car, just on your way to where?
We're going down to one of my friend's house down in Camlin.
Down to a friend? And who saw it first?
It was Jane. Jane spotted it first.
Just saw the strange light in the sky, and I had said to Barry, look up at the sky. And like the two of us watched it, and we didn't really care what to make it at first.
Let's just run the tape again. Let's just see the pictures. Now, what colour was it? An orange colour?
It started off white. It started off white, then it started to go orangey reddish. Then when it started moving, it came back to white again. Then you actually see it going onto its side and just vanishing. It moved a wee bit on its side, and it just vanished.
And luckily you had a camcorder in the boot of your car, so you managed to get just the last 30 seconds of it before it disappeared off.
I was there for about 15 minutes. Well, say about 15 to 20 minutes until we got the camera out. It was only there for a matter of seconds, well, whatever I got it.
Now, you're sceptical. You have been sceptical about UFOs and strange things and unexplained events. Are you still sceptical, or do you believe it's something?
Well, I didn't get really. I didn't get what it is. There's something there, but I just don't know what it is. I'm not going to say it's a UFO or whatever like that. Again, I've just not got a clue what it is, but it's definitely strange. Now,
Jane, your girlfriend, you're about to give birth next week, isn't it? It's going to come out normal colour. Is it something to be green or anything?
Well,
okay,
that's debatable.
Well, hopefully it comes out normal.
And I'm not being rude in asking this because if you're an alien from goodness knows where, you could have picked anywhere on the planet. You know? I mean, I suppose if I was going to hover above somewhere for a few days or once a week, you know, for a year, I'd go to the Bahamas or something, you know?
Yes.
Why do you think they picked Falkirk? I
don't really know. I just never really got a clue, really. Yeah, they're looking to watch a football team, the local football team anyway, so I've not really got a clue why it's this area, no.
Well, maybe there's lots more intelligent life forms out there.
Yeah, could be something out there, but...
Well, aliens,
yeah.
And just promise us that this is not a hoax, that you haven't stunted this up in a garden shed or something?
It's definitely not a hoax. Again, as I said, every people who's seen it, that just was the vibe it. Now, Ron Halliday, he's seen hundreds of them, and even he's baffled by it.
Well, we have him on the sofa now, so we'll hear what he's got to say. So, for the time being, from Falkirk, may the force be with you.
Absolutely, and let's get the expert's opinion. Ron Halliday, who Barry referred to there, from Stirling University, an expert in UFO sightings. How excited are you by the footage that Barry and Jane shot?
Well, being excited and intrigued because, you know, I think Barry and Jane are witnesses of integrity, and this has been filmed, you know, in a clear sky. I think it shows a good, clear image, so I think it's certainly one of the best UFO footage that I've seen.
Well, why? What stands out for you? I mean, that just looks like a light or reflection to me. It could be in the lens of the camera, who knows?
Well, it's certainly not a reflection, and it's certainly not within the lens of the camera. I mean, they saw the object before they actually videoed it, so they certainly saw the object first of all, and they took the footage after they'd been watching it for a while. So there was definitely an object seen in the sky, and I think the fact that the object appears to hover and then actually changes on its side, seems to change colour, and then disappears, you know, very, very quickly at the end of that video footage. I think, you know, there are a number of factors there which show that it's a very interesting piece of footage.
Now, people have also phoned in to us from Bolton and from Castleford in West Yorkshire with sightings of what they say was the same object last Wednesday morning. Is that common, or does that raise your hopes?
Well, I mean, it raises our hopes, obviously, because, I mean, we're as keen as anybody to try and see if we can find any explanation. I mean, we're not looking for an object that we can't explain, but, you know, if we find at the end of the day that there's no obvious explanation for it, then obviously, from our point of view, is exciting. So the more people that say they've seen something or can provide a description, then the better as far as we're concerned.
So what happens next to a report like that and visual evidence like that? Where does it go to next? Who examines it? Is there any official report put down? Or?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's certainly been an official report made. I mean, we will analyse the video more or less frame by frame to see if we can determine, you know, what the object actually is. Because, you know, once you actually look at these very closely, then you can often find that the object takes on a bit of a different shape than appears when you run it at normal speed.
We can all speculate as to what we see in these clips, and here are some which we've featured on the programme over the past few years. This first one was taken in Norfolk, I think, in 1993. Now, that's similar in a way, is it not, to the Falkirk sighting?
Well, I mean, you know, I mean, quite a few of these objects, there are a bit of similarity in them. I mean, obviously...
This is from Mexico, this particular one, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, obviously...
And that's in Canada.
Yeah, I mean...
Which to me looks like a big helicopter landing on the ground there, but...
I mean, I take the point that, you know, quite a bit of video footage that has been taken does turn out to be of a straightforward, natural, everyday object. And, I mean, sometimes there are problems with the camera.
Yeah.
So, I mean, accept that. But in this particular case, I think we've got a different situation.
Is it true that there is an unusual amount of UFO activity in the area that Martin is reporting from this morning?
Well, there have been, over the last few years, there have been several hundred sightings. And I think, as was mentioned, you know, there are reports coming in at a pretty regular rate. I mean, I've interviewed a large number of witnesses over the last few years. I mean, there's no particular explanation why there's so many in that area, but there have been an unusually large number of sightings. And in fact, people come from all over the place to the area to see them.
Well, Ron Halliday, thank you very much indeed for your opinions. Thank you also to Mrs. McMillan and Mr. Reid from Falkirk who phoned in as well to confirm or endorse Barry and Jane's sighting in Falkirk last Wednesday. But back now to the Bonnybridge Triangle and Martin Frizzell. Perhaps for your final thoughts, Martin.
Yeah, I think we've thought long and hard about this, and I think the best explanation for what that was, Eamon, was that last Sunday, after that spontaneous combustion of a certain team at St James's Park, Newcastle, that was the remnants of it just going somewhere, anywhere, but back to Newcastle.
Well, as they say, Martin, the truth is out there, and I think come next May, the truth will be proven. I think that will be the case. Who will be top of the Premiership? But I think we're getting some interference and losing you somewhere. It's extraterrestrial interference. We must leave it there. Thank you very much, Martin Frizzell there, live from Falkirk.